I've been used to having plenty of options for free checking for my personal life, so I was really surprised that business checking almost always comes with a pretty hefty monthly fee. So I went looking for fee-free business checking, and thankfully I found a few good ones. Stick around to the end and find out which one I chose for my own small business. First up, let's talk about the online-only options for business checking accounts. Because this is something that a lot of people are looking for, there have been several startups that have started to offer people fee-free business checking. When I went looking through forums, the one that was most often mentioned was Azlo Business Checking. But unfortunately, Azlo closed down in early 2021. And they forced everyone to move their money out of their accounts. After Azlo, the one you'll hear mentioned most often is called Novo. And Novo seemed pretty great. It has a lot of different features and there really are no fees with it. So I decided to go ahead and apply for an account with Novo to check it out and let you know how it went. And I got a response from Novo in only a day. And they said I was denied. I don't know why I was denied for the account. I have a legitimate business, I have good credit. So I wrote to customer service and asked them what was going on. They said they couldn't tell me anything, but I was open to apply again. So I did. And I was denied again. And after I searched the internet, I found out I wasn't alone on this. Novo's been denying people accounts pretty often for no good reason, at least not anything anybody knows. I was also a little bit nervous about using an online-only bank for my business checking, just because I was worried, what if the same thing happens to Novo that happened to Azlo? If they close down in a year, that's gonna be a real pain to set things up again with my business checking. I kind of wanted to stick to a major bank, and almost every single major bank does offer some business checking, but there are very few that offer one with no fees without a minimum balance. And when you have a very small, just starting out small business, a minimum balance is not gonna work for you. Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, and PNC all have no options that don't have monthly fees without a minimum balance. So I didn't think any of those are gonna work for those of us with a tiny business. I did wanna point out though that Chase does offer a waiver of the fees if you are a military veteran. But in my hunt, I did find two banks that do offer fee-free business checking, even for really small businesses. The first is US Bank. They have several levels of checking, and their lowest one does have a $0 monthly maintenance fee. This is called the Silver Checking Account with US Bank. Now, the small catch to this one is that you are limited to 125 free transactions per statement cycle and 25 free cash deposits per statement cycle. So transactions do include any kind of transaction, including a debit card transaction, ACH, ATM, anything like that. But 125 transactions is going to be enough for most really small businesses. And with their account, you do get online and mobile bill pay, you get a debit card, mobile check deposit. You're also going to get access to US Bank ATMs for free and access to their local branches if they're near you. And they are a national bank, so there probably is a branch near you. The other bank that I found that has fee-free checking for very small businesses is Huntington Bank. It is similar to the US Bank in that you are limited in the number of transactions for free. The Huntington Bank account limits you to 100 monthly transactions for free and up to $5,000 in cash deposits per month. And again, those transactions are every kind of transaction, including debit card transactions, ACH transactions, and ATM transactions. The Huntington account also offers online banking, mobile check deposit, access to their local ATMs and local branches. Huntington Bank is a regional bank that's headquartered in Columbus, Ohio. They have branches in 11 states, mostly through the Midwest. The only fee I found that might apply to me with US Bank and Huntington Bank accounts is a foreign transaction fee of 3%. And as I looked around, that seems to be standard among all the banks, but there are ways to get around that fee, like using a credit card instead of your debit card for those foreign transactions. All right, so what did I choose for my small business? I decided to open a checking account with Huntington Bank. I've been really happy with Huntington. Their online banking and mobile banking has been really easy to use. If you know of other free business checking accounts that can work for very small businesses, please let me know down in the comments below. I know it's something a lot of people are looking for. Next up, check out my video about the things that you need to know about taxes if you've just started a small business or a side hustle.